morning, calendar week 12, the gooseberries fight back, and it's still a draw. Good morning, my dears. I feel that this is going to be a short one this week, but often when I feel like that, the words pour out at a good clip of 1,000 a minute, and I don't leave myself enough time for the voiceover. That is unlikely to happen today. It's not complicated to know why. I just didn't do much this week. There isn't a lot to tell you. The good old traditional European fallback of talking about the weather, no Brits, it's not just you, is mildly disappointing as well. I guess the important thing is that it rained rather heavily for a day or two, and the first pass repairs to the roof proved insubstantial. And there are the usual pools of water inside the accommodations. To be fair, I would have been more surprised if it had worked. The directions on the tin do call for 3 coats, and I had only the time and the weather for 1. We shall continue with a couple more applications in the summer. This has always been a long-term project, like that wasn't obvious already. I mostly spent the week at my computer. I've moved the 13-year-old iMac back into my study, and sitting here looking out of the big windows at the front has been quite lovely early in the mornings. Staring out onto the rising sun illuminating the greenery is the better way to spend a morning. Somehow I got out of the habit of being in the study, and it's nice to be back. I've still not seen the hoopio or the family hare, or the hare family who used to be pre-breakfast features here. But that might just well be because I've got my nose in a book or fingering the keyboard rather than gazing out of the windows, desperately in need of a clean. For the greater part of the winter, I sat to use the computer on the floor as close to the fire as made rational human sense. This is better. When I did get outside, I did manage to do that March thing of tidying up all the soft fruit beds, cutting the edges anew, taking out all the weeds, trimming and pruning the bushes into shape, and where I had laid for new plants in summer last year, teasing those out of the ground and popping them into pots. I think that most woody bushes can be propagated by layering. That's when you just bend a branch down so that it touches the ground, pinning it in somehow and covering it with dirt. It's simple and effective and requires almost no work. Sometimes I think that I should try to be a better horticulturalist, but I mostly realise that in most cases, pirate gardening works just as well. If anyone wants a gooseberry bush or a red currant, and can come and pick it up, you're very welcome. I think I have a very dim recollection of sending some rooted cuttings through the post to someone once, but I'm not sure if it's a real thing. Anyway, if it did happen, I hope they're enjoying their barracks fruit bushes as much as I do, even when the gooseberries fight back. This week I don't really know. The weather folks are prognosticating snow, but I'm not sure that I believe them. We're still very much in the cold and frosty mornings. It might sometimes get up to over 10 degrees during the day, but the grass has been crunchy underfoot at pig time. I think I've discovered a new test to encourage a bit of patience in the garden. If you go outside in the morning in bare feet, even just very briefly, and when you come back you can't feel the floor under them, then no matter how hot and sunny the afternoon is, it's still too early to be sowing things in the garden. Also, I didn't sow anything in the garden this week. I was thinking about some parsnips, but honestly there's not much point yet. Maybe next week. Right, I shall love you and leave you. But I should probably clear this with my publisher people. But I would find it very useful to have some extra eyes look over a few test words from the book. If you would be interested in giving some feedback on a very early draft of a bit of a chapter, please say something appropriate in the comments. Bit of a teaser, for which I apologise, but I am excited to say that I think I've come up with the perfect title. Obviously I can't tell you what it is, but I'm also far too crap at keeping my own secrets that I can't say anything either. Oh, annoying pirate, go away. Much love, your loving Pirate Ben. P.S. I wanted to say something geopolitical, with a special reference to a particular article on the official CCP page, Chinese Communist Party page, and the inevitable fall of the American international hegemony. I'm glad that I didn't. This isn't the place for it. But I am slightly disappointed that I didn't get to use "that's what she said" as the title of this newsletter. I am terrible at reading today. Ah well, swings and roundabouts. And I haven't written this in the text, but a bit of a bonus for anyone that listens to the audio. The reason I can't tell you what the title is because for the book, or the potential title, is that I have just sent it off to the publisher, and the publisher might hate it. There is a really good chance that they will hate it. If they're brave enough to go with it, and it's not rude or naughty or anything, it's just quite a long way outside the sort of normal title that they would have. But if they are brave enough to go with it, then I think it's perfect. I always knew that the title of the book, and we've been struggling with it for quite a long time. There's a lot of conditions to fulfill. There are certain words that the American market won't vertrag, won't allow, basically, won't be able to put up with. There's certain things that the British market does want, and another one that the French market do want, and they're not the same things. So having to please everyone sort of means ignoring all of them. And instead of trying to find something that pleases everyone, to try and find the absolute right title. And I've always known that when I do find the right title, it will just absolutely feel completely perfect in my head. It's 5 words long, and I honestly think they're the best 5 words I've ever written. So fingers crossed. If you do listen to the audio and you did make it all the way through this to the end, then say something in the comments as well. But please keep your fingers crossed. Daumen halten if you're German. It's with the publisher. My editor is always off on Mondays. He goes on photo shoots because Dawn and Kindersley obviously have a lot of photos in their books. So hopefully he'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully he'll let me know what he thinks. And let me know if I can share it with you as well. Anyway, far too much waffle. Time to go and feed the pigs. Love you and leave you. See you all soon. Bye bye.